This was the most entertaining UFC card of 2026. UFC Seattle last night was banging. What happened and what could be next for these fighters? Let's talk all about it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is MMA 365, the greatest UFC news YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, especially because 94% of you currently watching are not currently subscribed. If this is your first video, or if you're a regular viewer, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy it, it helps me out. Thank you. So, the man of the hour, Joe Pyfer, knocked out Israel Adesanya last night, and I was rooting for Israel Adesanya, but this was not a fluke. This was a legit win for Joe Pyfer. He looked really good. I will say that Izzy Adesanya, offensively, he was doing great. He was just very hittable. His reflexes aren't the same, and I don't think his chin is completely shot. He ate several big blows from Joe Pyfer, but I am concerned about his reaction time and his conditioning. That's kind of what my main concern is as far as why I think Israel Adesanya is losing these fights. But yeah, Joe Pyfer, he certainly showed out and delivered. I will say, he said something quite concerning that I don't want to repeat in his post-fight interview. So maybe his friends and family should check in on him. I'm not sure what exactly is going on there, but as for what I think could be next for Joe Pyfer, I think either Caio Brallo or Anthony Fluffy Hernandez would make sense as a next fight for him. Another like top 5, top 6-ish opponent. Give him a contender, sort of like an eliminator to a title eliminator kind of fight. And as for Izzy, dude, I really don't know. I'm kind of surprised he didn't retire. He said, quoted Jordan Belfort, "I'm not leaving." So I just don't really know who's left for him to fight. I mean, maybe you can do Izzy versus Robert Whitaker one more time for old time's sake. Maybe you give him a contender, Teba Gautier. They both have the African connection there. Could be a nice passing of the torch. Obviously, Teba Gautier still has a lot of room to grow, but he certainly does have that potential, at least in his physique. But yeah, I thought Adesanya, he was landing really nice calf kicks in round 1. Pyfer looked beat up, but in round 2, the dirty boxing sort of just took over, and Pyfer landed ground and pound. He was kind of just like straddling him as he couldn't get out, and seemingly kind of just gave up. There wasn't really anything he could do to stop Pyfer from that position. Yeah, I was expecting Izzy to retire. Kind of glad that he didn't, but also, what's next for him? Like, I really don't know. As for Alexa Grasso, dude, this was sick. Alexa Grasso colded the Barber. Colded is an understatement. I mean, dude, I didn't see this coming, not for a million years. And Alexa Grasso, with the moment of this fight night, maybe one of the best moments of 2026. I mean, Macy Barber was completely out of sorts. It's just Grasso caught her with a straight right, straight left, and then jumped onto a rear naked choke really, really quickly. This was just brutal. This is the kind of card where it's like, there just wasn't a dull moment. If you have like a friend who is watching or who you think could enjoy mixed martial arts, this is the kind of card that I hope that friend would be in the room for, because every single fight on this card pretty much was a banger. There just was not anything to miss. But yeah, Alexa Grasso, she has momentum now. For Macy Barber, I'm kind of worried about her health. She had pulled out of a fight towards the end of last year. She missed weight and then had a seizure and she was supposed to walk out onto the octagon. And then now, last night, she certainly took some brain damage there. Um, I I am a little worried about that, but she posted on Instagram something saying that she'll be all right. So I'll take her word for it. Michael Chiesa got a nice retirement win in his hometown. Nico Price also retired in this fight. So, um, yeah, old guys went at it. Nico Price got the rear naked choke. Not Nico Price. Nico Price got rear naked choked. Excuse me. Um, and yeah, Michael Chiesa was locked into a submission, and Nico Price got like a last ditch kind of like tried to like slam him back out like a backpack, but it didn't work. Good for Michael Chiesa. He got a very long promo video. It does feel kind of strange that Michael Chiesa gets a full retirement package while someone like Stipe Miocic does not, but objectively, like, it's good. Like, more guys deserve this, not less. So, I really don't mind this. Larion Douglas knocked out Julian Erosa. Erosa, he was a Pacific Northwest boy, but Larion Douglas spoiled the party. I believe this is Douglas's first fight in the UFC, coming out of the Contender Series. Good for Larion Douglas. He looked really good here. As for moving deeper onto the main card and the prelims, Yusri Belgori knocked out Mansour Abdul Malik. And Belgori, he just controlled this entire fight. Just a massive human being for middleweight. 6'6", really long reach. Trains with both Alex Pereira and Glover Teixeira. And if you squint, he looks like Alex Pereira, just like a little bit, like the build and the mannerisms. Yeah, Belgori at this point, is a legit hype train. I think that this guy could really be something special. I think his next opponent should be ranked. I think he's earned that. As for Mansour Abdul Malik, yeah, he just couldn't really get anything going. Belgori stuffed the takedowns, and Belgori had this giant frame, and Abdul Malik couldn't get anything going. Pretty clear that he was going to lose this fight. It was just a matter of how, and Belgori finished him with this really brutal knee. So good for Belgori. As for Abdul Malik, I think he'll rebound just fine. He showed flashes in the UFC, so I think he'll be back. Terrence McKinney did usual Terrence McKinney things, finished Kyle Nelson in only 24 seconds this time. Terrence McKinney, we know what we're going to get. Somehow didn't get a bonus for this fight, but yeah, he hit a good head kick on Kyle Nelson. Nelson kind of like protected it, but still kind of got enough of him. And yeah, McKinney just landed ground and pound. Nelson didn't recover in any way, so they stopped the fight. Terrence McKinney, man, this guy's an enigma. I love him for it. Tafik Masayev beat Ignacio Bahamondes. This fight left a sour taste in my mouth because Tafik Masayev had a pretty blatant grabbing of the fence to recover when he was right about to get knocked out. Like, it was very obvious. It was like two hands straight up grabbing the fence. Then he headbutted him, and no one noticed. The referee didn't notice. But as for Bahamondes, I don't know why he was staying on his back for so long when he was bleeding all over. There was the most blood on the octagon I've ever seen, and it all came from Ignacio Bahamondes' forehead. But yeah, he just chose not to get up. He tried locking in submissions from the bottom, but it didn't work. And he looked better in the stand up, but Bahamondes just didn't stand up or didn't attempt to stand up. Maybe he couldn't, but yeah, I don't know. This fight it had all the right ingredients, but it kind of just left a bad taste in my mouth because of the foul from Masayev that didn't get called. Bahamondes showed a lot of heart, but it wasn't enough. He was kind of close to locking in a choke towards the end of round 3, but couldn't quite get it in there. Maybe because he was all soaked in his own blood and couldn't get a tight enough squeeze. But still an entertaining fight. Just one that I think could have been an instant classic, like an all-timer, but it fortunately didn't live up to that. Lance Gibson he beat Chase Hooper pretty decisively in the knockout. It was a really nice elbow in the clinch that he landed, and just landed some follow-up kicks. And Hooper, I thought this was kind of an early stoppage, but this card did have several stoppages that I thought were too late, so maybe that kind of swayed my judgment. But as for Chase Gunnar Hooper, I really don't know what could be next for him. He had a hype train for a little while, but at this point he has 2 straight losses, Lance Gibson and Alexander Hernandez. Um, yeah, I mean, he tried moving up a weight class, but I just don't think he has the athleticism to hang at this level with like the top UFC contenders. Um, Lance Gibson, I mean, he looked quite good. He was coming off a split decision against King Bobby Green, and Gibson has momentum now. So maybe he could be something in the lightweight division. Uh, Certainly has a really athletic frame. Looked massive out there. But yeah, I am kind of concerned for Chase Hooper. I really don't know how he improves from here because I think his main issue is just the fact that, respectfully, he doesn't look like a UFC fighter. Not his face, it's just his frame. Like, I just don't know what he can do besides go to the gym, which I'm sure he's already doing. I think he's someone who might be close to his genetic ceiling, and his genetic ceiling is better than mine. So, um, as for this card, I give this a solid 9 out of 10. I mean, this is just, I couldn't cover everything that I wanted to in this video in a reasonable amount of time. This was just bangers galore. I really think that we're going to look back on this card like towards the end of the year. I'm like, dude, this was one of the best fight nights of 2026. This card was like easy A tier. And I'm glad that the people of Seattle got to watch this. I think they deserved it. Shout out Seattle. That concludes this video for now. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.